Okay, I think this will be the last of the review session videos, and if it isn't, then I'm either going to become a managerial accountant or I'm going to burn my textbook. I'll let you know what happens. At any rate, more topics for you to make sure you are aware of, and that is that there is, I know it seems so simple, but to know that there's a difference between the standard cost and the actual cost, and that when we have that difference, we call that a what? I bet you didn't know that it's called a variance. All right, and with the overhead variances, another topic to make sure you know is that when it comes to the volume variance, if you do more, that is always favorable. If you do more volume, and if you do less, now I know that you didn't know this one, so that's why I'm telling you. This is one you'll thank me for later in life. It'll be unfavorable. All right. Again, simple, makes sense, but just make sure you know it. That's what I'm here to do. Okay. Let's see. That's the same topic we covered before. Here's a different one. When we do direct materials variances, it's the this is the direct material price variance. That's why it's in the green for money. So this is direct material price variance. Just to point out one of the nuances there, it's the standard price minus the actual price times the amount purchased. In our, not the amount used, but the amount purchased. In our webinar, it came out for discussion that this is measuring the purchasing department. How much did they buy? Well, it doesn't matter what we use that period for the price variance. What did we pay? If we paid too much, even if we went to inventory, we still paid too much. So it's the amount purchased when you do that particular formula. Okay. Let's see. Pay attention to the concept of who's responsible. So if the textbook talked about responsible parties, or I think this is the part of the textbook where it says what do you do when you have variances? How do you analyze them? So who's responsible? Who is it? When it comes to materials price, who do you look to there? When it comes, so just read a little bit about that in your text. Make sure we're always looking at the person responsible. For example, the person responsible for overhead would not be the person that we go yelling and screaming at for a materials price variance. That wouldn't make any sense. Well, actually, it would in my office, because nobody likes to face the person that they have to face. So we'll always yell at somebody else. It's easier to do it that way. But you need to know who really is responsible. And let's see what else we got here. One more thing, material quantity variance. When you do that, just remember the formula is standard quantity minus actual quantity times the standard rate, not the actual rate paid, because now we're just trying to measure the quantity difference. So, for example, if the standard rate was $43, we were supposed to produce 820, but it took us 830 units to produce, so that's a negative number. And this is going to be unfavorable 400 and it's going to, and actually the math will come out to $43 actually, or whatever it comes out to. You can do the math yourself and figure out what, oh, it's $4.30. $4.30. So it comes out to $43. One point that came out today, just so you'll know, when you do the formulas, my way is sort of like doing this, standard first minus the actual. The textbook goes the opposite way. So if you want to know, do you have favorable or unfavorable, just sort of use your head. Here, favorable will be positive. Here, favorable is going to be negative. Why? Because of the way the equation works. So just keep that in mind. All right, well, good luck. As I said, ended today's webinar. Let's go team. Let's get some really, really good scores on today's quiz. I want to have our sections at the top of the ladder and outdo all the other sections and say na na na. Well, no, say na 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 na. No, let's just do the best you can. I hope you learned something. That's the main thing. Talk to you later.